wanted to talk a little bit about toddlers and some things that I've experienced with mine. I have a son who is 19 months old, and he recently has been addicted to Elmo and Yo Gabba Gabba and Blue's Clues, and it's so cute. Like when he wants to watch Blue's Clues, he goes Blue's Clues because that's what they do in Blue's Clues. And so of course, I'll put it on, or if we're in a restaurant and he's getting fussy, I'll just, I have an Evo, so I can easily access the internet from almost anywhere. So I'll just put a YouTube video on for him, and so he's calm and entertained while we're eating dinner at a restaurant or whatever. But my son, from the time he was born, and I'm not saying this because I'm his mother, a lot of people have told me this, and I've experienced it. I've nannied for years. I was a pre-K teacher. I come from a big family. I have a lot of younger cousins, and I have a younger sister, so I know how the average toddler acts. And my son slept through the night when he was born. I'd have to wake him up to feed him. He was always a very happy baby, a very happy toddler, very sweet, never, ever, ever threw a tantrum. Not even when he was teething. He teethed fine. He got all of his teeth, had no problem, didn't get, ear infections and didn't have these pains. Like, I had a relatively easy beginning of my parenting with my son. And I always knew that I didn't want to get into a whole lot of television with him because I've just always heard that television is bad. But, when he gets up a little early in the mornings and I want to sleep in, I'll just put him in bed with me with a bottle and put Elmo on or put on one of his cartoons. Well, all of a sudden, my little boy was being a little drama queen. I mean, like, he would scream and throw tantrums, and I realized he's always been a great sleeper. He would start throwing these huge tantrums in his crib, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. I'd go in there and I'd try to calm him down, and he just wanted to go sit on the couch and watch TV, so he just literally had to, and I hate to say this, but he had to cry himself until he decided, okay, Mom and Dad's not coming, I need to be a big boy and put myself to sleep. It was like I thought I was going to re-sleep train him. So my husband was like, what has changed? Why is he not acting like himself? And really the only difference was that he was watching television more than I'd ever let him before. So as an experiment, I decided, okay, so I'm going to cut out completely television from his daily routine. So the first day, perfect. I mean, total angel. Didn't throw a tantrum, didn't fight me to go to sleep. He laid down in his crib and drank his bottle, put himself to sleep, just like he had months before. He was back to himself. I had my perfect little 18-month-old back. Day 2, same thing. Day 3, same thing. He's learning more. He would say thank you when he was like 9, 10 months. If he wanted something, he'd take it and say thank you, because that's how, if he had something he wasn't supposed to have, instead of asking him for it and giving him the option. That's weird, I swear I just turned it on. Sorry. Instead of asking him for whatever he had that I wasn't supposed to, I would just say, oh, thank you, and take it. He was, oh, okay, like, yeah, I helped. So one of his first things that he would say was thank you. So if you say Aiden, what do you say? If he's asking you for something, he'll say thank you. So I've been trying to get him to say please, since he was a year, so that's 9 months now. And I'm like, why won't he say please? I mean, he says everything else, why won't he say please? Well, I think it was the second day after he had not been on television, he started saying please. And I was like, oh, how exciting, he finally will say please. But then I just thought it was nothing, oh, he finally learned to say please. But really thinking about it, he's picking up things faster again like he was before. And he definitely is much happier. He's much easier as far as he'll entertain himself with his toys or his Legos. So I just wanted to give a word of advice to other mothers out there who have toddlers, and if they've suddenly become a little tantrum thrower, or they used to be this peaceful little angel and now they're kind of, mischievous, maybe you should look at if they're watching TV, because I've been told that TV is really bad for kids, just everything's coming into them, they're not, getting out and being creative. So any mothers out there who are having toddler problems, and I mean, realize my son's 18 months, he's not 3, he's not 4, so, but having been a pre-K teacher, the students of mine who watched more TV or TV in general had much harder times in class than those who didn't. So that's a little more of experience. So any mothers out there, trust me, it's so easy to fall into the TV thing. You can sit them down, they're content for an hour or more. That gives you time to clean the house, to cook dinner, you know, if you want to take a bath, or, you know, if you want to just have some time where someone's not yelling mama, the TV's the perfect solution. But it's not worth, at least for me, it wasn't worth the tantrums and the attitude and the lack of, he just wasn't himself. So, that's one thing. And another thing is, if your toddler, this is on teething, a really quick little thing that I've learned. If your toddler, infant, baby, whatever, is teething and they get a fever, the reason I've been told that as by my chiropractor, I'm not a chiropractor, I'm not a doctor, I'm not any kind of specialist. I was told by my chiropractor that the reason babies or toddlers get fevers when they're teething is that's the body's way of pulling the calcium from the bones that it needs to break the teeth. So that's one thing. I would recommend going to your family chiropractor if you have one. If you don't, look one up. And finding one that does muscle testing. You can Google it, nutrition response testing or muscle testing, and it kind of anything your baby might have going on with their body, they can find exactly what it is and what vitamin's going to handle it. Now, when you go to Walmart and buy vitamin C, you're not buying a vitamin, you're buying junk. So any of your vitamins, you almost always want to go and get natural vitamins from a natural store, an organic store, a health food store. They are more pricey, but you're actually getting a product. You're not getting, like, one of the things I saw in some prenatal vitamins I was given was mineral oil. And I've been told that mineral oil is a byproduct of gasoline, as with petroleum oil. So you really want to do some research as to what's in your vitamins and also what's in your kids' vitamins. I try and keep my kid always eating, so he's constantly feeding his body because they go through growth spurts all the time. I've always got string cheese or a piece of meat or some yogurt. Like, I'm always offering him food. And he's usually pretty good. If he's getting fussy, he'll either come and sit down and come to the kitchen and then point to the high chair and tell me, like, Mom, I'm hungry. Or he'll grab his bottle and his blanket and I'm like, okay, I know he needs to go to sleep. So another thing is always keep offering them food, healthy foods. Obviously, you don't offer them cookies and donuts and ice cream all the time. And then another thing is, I got Your Baby Can Read. I've only tried it once so far, and it does not hold his attention. This was before I stopped TV, so I'm a little hesitant to try it again. I don't know if I'm going to try it before I send it back, because he's already pretty smart. I think I can pretty much do it on my own, but we'll see. So I might, if I decide to try it again, do another video on that. And other than that, we're trying to get him oriented to the fact that Mommy has a baby in her belly and he can't be rough with Mommy, and he has to help Mommy, and he's really good about helping anyways, but he likes to play hard, and I'm always trying to keep him from kicking me in the stomach. So he's learned, Aiden, where's your baby? And he'll lift up his shirt and show you his belly. It's really cute. Or, Aiden, come kiss Mommy's baby, and he'll come and kiss me in the stomach. So I will definitely be doing more videos on the transition from mothering 1 to mothering 2 as it comes, and how I'm getting Aiden ready to cope with a new baby. Because I know it's a fear for a lot of mothers who are welcoming their second, especially when your kids are close apart and even when they're far apart. Because, if you've been an only child for so many years, it's going to be a lot harder to get used to a new baby than, if you're kind of orchestrated into it at an earlier age. My older sister and I are 15 months apart, so we're really close. And my younger sister and I are 5 years apart, so though there's more time between us, we're not as close as my older sister and I were, or are. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on toddlers. I don't think so. I would really, one of my biggest things for parents is, instead of just always taking your toddler to the pediatrician as soon as their nose is runny or putting them on all these antibiotics, I strongly recommend looking into nutrition response testing and finding a chiropractor near you who does it, because it's well worth the money you're going to spend on the vitamins, and it's a natural approach to handling bodily problems in yourself or in your infant or toddler. Also, there's a formula you can do called the barley formula. If you have a trouble nursing, you don't want to put them on those powder, chemical stuff. I might be doing a video on that in the future. Comment me or message me if you're interested in it. It's basically, I was raised on it. My sisters, most of my family, you know, had that formula as a baby. My son had it from the time he was about 2.5 months up until just recently I stopped putting the barley in his milk. But it's basically you take whole barley and you wrap it in musk, no, not musk, muslin, and you put it in a crock pot on medium to low heat for 8 hours, and then that water you'll get is pink, and that has all the minerals and all the vitamins that the baby needs. Everything but vitamin C or D is lacking. And with that you add a K-row, like a white corn syrup, and that gives them the calories that they need. And then you add whatever milk you use. If you use goat's milk or cow's milk or rice milk, whatever you use, there's a certain measurement to it. And it's sweet, it's all natural, you make it yourself. It's not that hard, especially if you have a crock pot that goes off, you know, you set the timer and it goes off automatically. It's really great for the babies. They are strong, they're not these fatty, chubby babies that have no muscle mass like my son is. 18 months and weighs 35, 30 something in the mid 30 pounds. He's tall, he's like the size of a 2-year-old, if not taller than some that I've seen. But his weight isn't fat. He's very heavy and dense, and I mean, you can tell it's muscle. It's not just fat, chub, whatever. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. And I think that's all for tonight's video. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions on the nutrition response testing. I started my son on it. I got him tested shortly after he was born, within days. But I started muscle testing him, and I went to put him on this barley formula. I tested what kind of water he wanted in it, what kind of sweetener his body wanted in it, and what kind of milk. If it was rice, almond, cows, goats, you can really pinpoint what their body specifically needs and not go through the whole trouble of colic and that whole gas fuss problem. So anyways, I guess that's it for tonight, and let me know if you guys have any questions.